Well, to Clint's point, Kyle Busch in the 18 car had that discussion a few moments ago with his team about when Denny Hamlin is pushing him through the corners, how much it changes the effects of that race car, whether it's loose or tight, depending on which side of the bumper Denny gets to. Told Denny to calm down just a little bit back there. Denny said he was just trying to learn for later.
Oh no! Big crash on the back straightaway takes out William Byron, Kyle Busch, and Harrison Burton. Oh, crap.
Somebody was upside down. I don't know who it was.
Lap 63. Caution number 3.
I would say it's that 21 car, it looks like, by looking at the roof.
Alex Bowman's in it. Somebody took a hard shot to the rear bumper that we saw on the onboard camera. Around it went. Ross Chastain involved. Now watch the 21 up high with Brad Keselowski behind.
He's flanked off that right-hand side.
Come off the corner, the car got light exactly like I was talking about. Man, it went over too. I was right. Dang it. A lot of good cars.
Denny Hamlin with a spin there, not sure how much damage. Kyle Busch, 24 of William Byron. They're both going to get swept up in this.
Oh.
Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell gets into Burton. And that's a long slide on the asphalt into the safer barrier, hard for Byron.
Half in front, tight out the back, tight in front, all the way, wrecking here, wrecking.
Oh, man.
Keep rolling if you can, just lock it down, let them come under you.
I don't think Denny's got, never mind. I almost said he didn't have much damage, but he definitely has a lot. I just feel like that's a pretty aggressive, pushing, obviously, on a rookie. Tony, you talked about it. Again, come off of that corner, got light, and that thing was long for the ride, but very aggressive pushing.
That is not at all what you're looking for. That kid is sitting there going, what happened? He's lucky it didn't bite right there.
Yep.
And here's Harrison Burton on the radio.
Yeah, you can't push to the right, Brad. I mean, Dale. I know. Is it going anywhere? Just spin the tires. That's lit. Yeah, it's important. Yeah.
All right, let's ride along with Ross Chastain. He got a big chunk of this.
Tight front. Everyone's check up. Hang on, man. Hang on. Keep coming. Left front fenders. Feeling pretty good here, guys. Is it still?
His spotter, Brandon McReynolds, saying the left front fender's killed. He's just trying to get it back on track, and it's not going there. There's the monster cam for Kurt Busch.
You got to spin low. A couple of them spinning low. You got one.
Wow.
Whoa! Now that is parting the seas right there. They're flipping underneath of him, spinning on the outside. Woo-hoo-hoo! Up through it, Harry. That is exactly what that is.
I want to see what his heart rate monitor looks like right
Through
there.
the roof.
8 cars involved as we're under caution at lap 64. Alex Bowman, tires flat, trying to get a push. They may need to pick him up. And Ross Chastain, who told me this morning he had a good car and he was really looking forward to this race. It's over all too soon for him.
Hearing the frustration in Harrison Burton, that boy had a really fast car. A little too aggressive too early, in my opinion.
So this will end stage 1. Boy, our thanks to Peter Larson and the folks at BSI for giving us such in-car views, amazing in-car views for every Daytona 500 since 1985. Harrison Burton goes for a flyer at Daytona. Oh,
Suarez.
Briscoe got into the back of Suarez, and he gets pounded.
Dang it.
Oh,
Buscher's upside down. I think he hooked a drain.
And there's the window net released, and Chris Buescher is seen moving inside the car. The AMR safety team is right there to his aid. And Daniel Suarez climbs out. He had a great race going tonight.
You see Suarez come up, just wasn't clear. Caught the 14, gets sideways, and here comes the impact. Hard hit. You see him spinning. The more you look at that, the whole right front suspension was broke off. I think it rolled underneath the car, and that's what flipped the car. The upper A-frame was broke. The whole right front suspension dug in.
That was Todd Gilliland, tried to go high and just didn't have enough room.
See that right front wheel dug underneath the car, and that's what dug in and caused it to start flipping. Violent crash.
Now let's ride along with Daniel.
I'm going to tell you, if you're Chris Buescher in that position, and we've seen a lot of cars slide through the infield, the last thing you think is going to happen is that you're going to flip. That was the last thing he thought was going to happen. But I'm with Clint. It almost appears that impact from Suarez
watch when it spins around right here. You see the right front. See it flip
right
over?
There.
Yeah.
Dug in.
Upper A-frame was broken. As soon as it rolled underneath the car, it dug in and sent that thing a-flipping. Wow. What a ride. A lot of work went into the safety of these race cars. See him crawl out of that thing. Hats off to everybody involved in that.
And good to know that was nothing to do with the racetrack or the turf that sent Buescher's car over. Right there where he gets a big piece of Suarez is where that right front goes. And when it completely comes off and gets under the car.
And you see the tether is actually holding that tire to the car so it doesn't fly up into the stands or go out into the racetrack. That's just a 1 in a million times that could happen, where that tire falls underneath the car and shoots the car up in the air.
Tether did its job. Very impressed with that tether.
Three Fords have separated themselves. A big push coming now for Harvick. Oh, and around goes a couple cars. Preece upside down. He's barrel rolling through the grass. Ryan Preece upside down in the infield. Caution has come out. He's on his wheels. There was fire off the left side of the car. A huge barrel roll for Preece and the AMR safety crew there to him. Take another look at how this happened.
Going down the back straightaway, he makes a move or gets help from behind, and the car goes into the infield air. It just lifts right up off the ground. Violent wreck. It's a push from the 43 car, and it's airborne. I mean, I thought that maybe it hit, you know, the road course or some curbing or something on the road course. The kink lifted that car, but it was just traveling so fast.
It happened right when it got in the grass. As soon as it got in the grass, that's when it started to lift. And then this is just violent. I mean, look at this car. That is just amazing that something that weighs over 3,500 pounds get in the air like that.
It looks like a toy car flying through the air. But as you mentioned, Jeff, 3,500 pounds. Such a violent accident for Ryan Preece. Thankfully lands on the wheels and then was able to climb out of that race car and will get checked out in the infield care center.
Look how fast. As soon as that contact happens, he just hangs a left.
You said it, Jeff. As soon as the car touches the grass, something about that gap or the air or something changes, and up in the air it goes right away.
That is so scary.
Remember, these cars are traveling at over 190 miles an hour.
We've seen barrel rolls, but when it climbs into the air, I mean, even right there, multiple flips.
10.
Every
10
time
flips.
it leaves the ground. All the dirt and everything that gets inside that car. It's just wild how fast that car was sideways and in position to get airborne.
It's terrifying.
This was common, though. I mean, years ago, 15, 20 years ago, these were the type of wrecks we expected to see at Daytona and Talladega. And NASCAR has changed a lot of things about these cars to try to keep them on the ground. And for the most part, unless the cars find themselves in these odd situations, it works. That right there looked exactly like what we would see in 1985, in 1990, 1995, the way this car went up in the air and barrel rolled down the back straightaway.
Well, I know wife Heather is watching. They just welcomed Rebecca Marie to their family August 7th. As I mentioned, Ryan Preece climbed out of the car. They put him on a stretcher. You see him lying down. They'll go to the infield care center. He'll get checked out, and we will keep you updated on Ryan Preece's situation.
Off turn 4 for the final time.
Comes a run by Brad. There he goes to make his move. He's going to switch back over.
Oh, the block, and around goes the 34. And Reddick steals one.
That was almost exactly how Brad won this race, his first race. Huge wreck here, guys. Reddick.
Oh my God! Great work, guys! Woo!
Tyler Reddick for the win. Everybody else wrecks.
You knew it was coming. McDowell was trying to block. That run was coming.
A dejected Michael McDowell drops the window net.
Great work, guys!
Didn't make it across the start-finish line either.
Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan will get to celebrate as car owners. It'll take a while to get the list of cars involved. Sixth career win for Tyler Reddick of Corning, California. Last win 17 races ago at Kansas, and it's his first win of the season. He becomes the 52nd driver to win at Talladega, and this becomes the 33rd Talladega Cup race with a last lap pass for the win.
Well, we knew it was going to come down to some of those crazy blocks at the end, and we talked about who needed to win this race, and Michael McDowell knew that he was in a position that he needed to try to take advantage of the opportunity that he had. He put some massive blocks on there at the end. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, this is going down the back straightaway. Brad just doing what he's done the whole time, and that's keeping Michael McDowell up in the front of the pack.
But I loved what he did here. He pushed him away and created a gap. He drug that brake, got this momentum built by Gregson off his bumper, and away we go. Make the move to the outside. McDowell blocks him high, goes to the bottom, and look at the energy coming with Gregson. Brad was able to utilize that block, pushes him, and that was one block too many on McDowell's behalf. Turned him around.
And look at Reddick. Maintain his foot on the floor and shoot through as mayhem develops behind. The first 4 cars get by unscathed. Reddick, Keselowski, Gregson, and Berry.
That's somebody on their side. I think it was Berry, rode the wall on his door.
Michael Jordan among those celebrating. All drivers have climbed from their car without assistance after a pileup at the checkered flag in Talladega. Brad Keselowski came so close as the race ends under caution. Let's have another look at what happens here coming off turn number 4.
Well, Brad described it pretty well. You know, Michael went up to block. He knew that this was his opportunity. Just a huge move right here, and just came across the nose of Brad's car right there. Tyler Reddick never lifted.
Watch the 7 here. Well, I have to get to a different angle, but man, he was into the wall, and
he was up on his side.
Yeah, for a long ways.
LaJoie ends up 19th as a result of that. Joey Logano kept driving it across the line, and that's how he ended up unofficially 14th.
Well, I promise you, he had his eye on that start-finish line. If you can keep your car straight, you're not going to let off until it's sideways and uncontrollable.
There you can see. Watch the 7 car get up on its side.
Oh, it's upside down.
Upside down.
Underneath Josh Berry.
And it's still sliding on its side all the way down the wall.
Yeah, he's going to finish the race.
Look at that. That is wild. I thought I saw that.
LaJoie, 19th.
Wow. Unbelievable. Oh, it's going to go over.
Here's the reaction of Travis Peterson after Michael McDowell had pretty well dominated stage number 3.